Yesterday, I had a fever of about 102 degrees, which makes today the perfect day to talk about creator burnout. We've all seen it. I'll never forget about 5 or 6 years ago, PewDiePie had a huge burnout. He had to take a break. Many creators over the years have had to take huge breaks. So I had a question recently from a friend of mine that was basically just like, how do I deal with burnout? And it's something that I've been asked in the comments once or twice. So this is the perfect day. I'm literally sick. I'm like hacking and wheezing. I've just taken like 3 Ricolas and did a hot green tea to be able to talk to you today. I am miserable right now, but I don't look it. Why is that? Well, a few different things. One, I'm not actually actively thinking most of the time. I've already done my prep work. I've set up my video. I may have even done multiple takes. Back in high school and college, I was an actor and I would actually go out to auditions and sometimes I would be sick. Actors have this thing that they call stage health. And yes, that is faking it, right? You fake it till you make it. That's something that people often say. Faking it only goes so far, because if you don't understand your why you're doing the thing that you're doing, and if you don't want to be doing it, you're not going to do it, right? So the first thing to understand about burnout is your body's trying to send you a message. And you can choose to ignore it, or you can choose to listen to it. And I think most of the time it's better to listen to it. Sometimes it's actually healthy to ignore it. Like right now, my body's telling me I'm sick and I need to rest. And I understand that, but I really want to make this video right now. So I'm actually choosing to ignore what my body is telling me in order to be able to talk to you today. And what I'm doing essentially is I'm not thinking, I'm just doing. I'm getting in what's called the state of flow. If you're not familiar with the state of flow, it's where something is just challenging and engaging enough that you're at a point where you're no longer thinking about the thing that you're doing. You're just doing it. So there's no back noise in the back of my brain, no additional message that I'm being told. Like, yes, my body is aching and is going, you're tired, you're tired, you're tired. But I'm trying to stay focused on you right now and focused on this camera and this microphone that I'm speaking into to be able to deliver a message that I know is going to help you. And that's why I'm so happy and smiling and excited, because I'm hoping that this message reaches you and helps you. So how am I qualified to talk about this? Well, I've been a motivational speaker for a few years, but I've been to several Tony Robbins events. I've studied the Wim Hof method. I've read tons of different books like Think and Grow Rich. I'm actually just reading Awaken the Giant Within, which is a great motivational self-help book. I read this stuff and I consume this stuff all the time. So I want to teach you a few different methodologies that I think are going to help you beyond what helps me, which is stage health, right? Which is faking it, because I'm excited to talk to you and I'm not thinking about it. So let's review what we've talked about so far. One, if you're in a state of flow, you have nothing to worry about. So start, enter, throw out all that negativity and just do it. And if that's engaging for you, you won't even think about it, right? Once you get into a state of flow and you just start and you push through all the BS and you just go, I'm just going to dive in and sit down and you do it, then you've already won. You're in a state of flow. Some people can't even do that. So how do we get you to a point where you can do that? Well, there's a few different approaches. One is stopping and breathing. So I'm going to teach you a quick method that I learned from Dr. Alok Kanoja. You can go look at his YouTube channel. He was at VidCon recently and I had a chance to speak to him, which was really cool. Dr. Alok Kanoja has a really cool method. It's very simple. It's just breathing. So we're going to breathe with me just for a moment. That's right. Set everything down. You're going to breathe with me. If you're at your office, nobody's going to think you're being crazy. It's okay. You can just breathe for a second. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to breathe in for 5. Or however long you can do it. And then you're going to breathe out for 5. And you're going to breathe in for 5 again. And you're going to breathe out for 5. Now with your eyes still closed, notice how you're feeling. How do you feel? Like I'm noticing how I'm feeling right now. I have a really dry throat, I'm sweating, all these things. But there is, somewhere within all my sickness right now, there is a tinge of joy and excitement. And I'm choosing to focus on that right now. Another in for 5. Out for 5. Okay. So what you've just done with me is you've relaxed your body. So now that you've breathed, you've actually reset your heart rate. You should be calming down now. Now that we've done that, we're going to do something that Ala Kanoja loves to do. He was a monk for 8 years, which is really cool. I didn't actually know that about him. When I saw him speak, he shared, and I was like, wow. What he does is then he goes, we do an Om chant, which is a monk thing, but I thought it was kind of cool, where you literally just, you breathe in for 5, and then we're going to breathe out, we're going to go Om. So if you're in the office or something, maybe just hum, you can go or something, whatever works for you. I know this one might be a little embarrassing, but commit, you'll feel better. All right, in for 5. Close your eyes, close your eyes. And in for 5. And out. Now, if you do that a few times, your body might start vibrating. It might start resonating. And so that's a classical Indian monk method. Excuse me. That's a classical Indian monk method of essentially resetting your nervous system, calming down, and just being aware of how you're feeling. Not fighting how you're feeling, but being aware of it. Tony Robbins has a great quote. That's the first method, is the Ala Kanoja method. I'm going to teach you some of the Tony Robbins method. The Tony Robbins method is a lot more complex. It's not something you're supposed to do when you're sick. But essentially, jump up and down, shake your body out, move around, run around the block. Do something that's going to get you energized, that's going to get you breathing hard and sweating. So something that's physically taxing. That's the first part of the Tony Robbins method, is energy is everything. Tony also teaches some deep breathing techniques that I find really helpful. But Tony is much more focused on focus, like literally the concept of focus. What you focus on creates your reality. And the quality of the questions you ask affects your outcomes. With the Tony Robbins method, you have to be really careful with what you say I am to. So saying I am burnt out or I am tired, that creates your reality. So this is Tony's view of how this works. So whatever you say I am to is what you will become. So it's much better to say I am a person in need of energy right now. So rather than say, how can I avoid burnout? That question is a very poor quality question. Instead, ask, how could I get more energy right now? That's a better question to ask. Do you see what I just did there? Why am I depressed versus how could I be happier than I am right now? So the quality of your questions, the words you actually use to create your reality affects outcomes. So if you're in a bad mood, you don't want to say, I'm depressed. You could say, I'm in need of some happiness right now. So the language that you use actually affects your outcomes. I know that sounds crazy, but as you change the verbiage you use, you'll notice things start to improve. And then moving your body, running around. And then you've heard this a million times from every motivational speaker ever because it works. There's a reason everybody says it. It works, which is gratitude, practicing gratitude. We're going to do a quick gratitude meditation. Wim Hof also teaches a version of this. You know, Tony Robbins would have you jump up and down right now. So if you want to take 10 to 20 seconds to like get up out of your chair and like move your body and get energized before you do this, I would recommend that while I'm talking, like right now. Pause this, come back. But then we're gonna dive into some deep breathing. This is gonna be a quick guided meditation. Okay, so throw them up. You're going to breathe in through your nose, and then as you bring down, you're going to breathe out through your mouth. Now, I'm congested, so I can't actually breathe through my nose right now. I'm going to breathe through my mouth, but fire up and push through. All right, ready? Let's go. Oh, close your eyes. Sorry, forgot. Close your eyes. Right, and we're going to do 3 sets of 10. Okay. I lost count, but that feels like a good number. Get goofy with me. All right. So what we're doing is the Tony Robbins method, which is not only resetting your nervous system, it's similar to kind of the Buddhist monk method, but we're also trying to get you energized. We're trying to get you excited for your day. So let's do another set. We're going to do another breathing set. Keep your eyes closed. If they weren't already, close them now. We're going to do another set. Okay, with your eyes still closed, notice how you're feeling. How are you feeling? Feeling a little tired? Feeling excited? Are you feeling out of breath because I'm having you do all these quick breaths? How are you feeling? Notice how you're feeling. Okay, very good. So, I want you to put your hands over your heart. Put both your hands over your heart. And I want you to think about 3 things that you are grateful for. What are you grateful for in your life? It could be something now, it could be something then, it could be something that you're excited for, something you're excited to go conquer, something that happened when you were, 8 years old, something that happened when you were 20, whatever age you are. Go back and think of one thing right now that you're grateful for. Think of one memory that you're grateful for. Really picture it in your mind. One grateful thing. And we're going to have you think of more, but let's focus on one thing that you're grateful for right now. What are you grateful for? And you're going to breathe that thought, that grateful thought, the memory you have, whatever it is, even if it's just being here with me right now. Breathe in, and you're going to breathe that gratitude into your chest. And you're going to hold it there, all that gratitude, and then you're going to breathe out. Now let's take another memory, something you're grateful for, something you've thought a lot about. So what are you grateful for? This is memory number 2 now. We're thinking of a new thought, something you're grateful for. You could be grateful for this moment right now. It's possible. And then one more, number 3. Where are we grateful? Number 3, third memory, something you're grateful for. You feel it? You see it? Great. We're going to breathe that gratefulness in. And out. So that's the basic method. Now, he has you do something much more complex than that, but I wanted to give you a sense of the mind's ability to conjure thoughts and memories like that. And essentially, what I'm doing is I'm telling you to command certain thoughts or memories from your past. And you were willing to do it with me. Thank you for playing full out, by the way, if you did do it. And if you didn't do it, maybe come back to this on your own. Do it on your own. You don't even need me here. Or check out Tony Robbins Priming. Check out Dr. Alakanoja. He's a therapist. He's brilliant. Check out Wim Hof. They all have these brilliant meditation and breathing exercises that kind of reset your nervous system, have you focus on what you're grateful for, what you're excited for. All of these things help. Now, I want to close this with my advice for dealing with burnout, which is if you think about something too much, it hurts you. So the more you focus on something that's hurting you or something that's bothering you or how complex something is, it's going to hurt you. You want to get into a state of flow, like I said at the beginning of this video. That is the most important thing. So my advice is stop thinking about being burnt out and just go do the thing that you're afraid to do that's burning you out. And if you can't even do that, like you can't even start or just get into a state of flow and sit down and do it, like my advice is double or triple down. If you're tired, that's amazing. Be tired. Go get it done anyway, because that's what it takes. That's what the world needs from people. They need people who are amazing like you and me that are willing to put in 110% of their energy, because that's what the world demands, and that's what we need to do to be our best selves and grow and be bigger and better, right? That's what it takes. But if you can't even do that, right? If you're hearing me, you're going, that sounds awful, then it's okay. Stop, breathe, practice some gratitude meditation, be aware of how you're feeling, and find other ways to energize, right? Other ways to energize and change your focus. Do everything you can to refocus, change your mental state by changing your focus, and just shaking your body out and waking yourself up. I hope these methods were helpful. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If these methods weren't helpful or you think I'm toxic, I actually want that feedback. So please let me know what you disagreed with or found problematic, and then I'm going to include some resources at the bottom of this comment section. I'm going to go lie down for a while and probably have some more tea. I hope you enjoyed this video and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.